We have some breaking news from the NHL. We have another trade to discuss. The Vancouver Canucks are moving Ilya Mikeyev and other pieces to the Chicago Blackhawks. We'll discuss the deal coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have an NHL trade to discuss this evening. We're just under 2 days away from the NHL draft. I expect we're going to see more activity, probably more trades tomorrow and the next day for sure. But for right now, we have a bit of a, I guess you could call this one a cap dump between the Canucks and the Blackhawks. We know that the Canucks have a lot of things they want to do, and this will certainly help. So they're moving the contract of Ilya Mikeyev, who did have a no trade or partial no trade clause, and he had to waive to make this happen. This has been in the rumor mill for going down probably past 2 hours or something like that. Just waiting for confirmation before reporting on it here, but we finally got word from Elliotte Friedman that he has indeed waived. Trades going through. So it's Ilya Mikeyev and his contract at $4.25 million for the remaining 2 years, along with the UFA rights to Sam Lafferty, as well as a second-round pick in 2025, going to the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for a fourth-round pick in 2027. So this is a good deal for Chicago, and I think it's a good deal for Vancouver. Vancouver gets some more cap space. They don't take any roster players back, so they free up over $4 million on the Mikeyev contract. Obviously, they're trying to sign Jake Guentzel. We know he's looking for probably 7 times 9 or 9.5, something along those lines. They'd like to keep Nikita Zadorov, so I think this will help in both of those cases. I know Vancouver media is hoping that this is more about Guentzel than it is about anything else, because if they only use this freed up money to help bring back Zadorov and Joshua and Myers, then they're not really going to be a better team. They're still going to be the same team for the most part. They want to get better. So obviously going after a big UFA name like Jake Guentzel, which has been in the rumor mill now for the last couple of weeks, is something that will make them better, and obviously add a big scoring winger to play with Pettersson, which is ultimately going to hopefully help him be better too. And just overall, when they get better, the team gets better. So at the end of the day, this is a pretty good move. Now, the Blackhawks, they've taken a deal like this similarly before when the Canucks moved Jason Dickinson, and he's been a real good addition to the Blackhawks. Mikeyev has similar style metrics when it comes to like the underlying numbers, analytics, defensively to Dickinson, so he can be a defensive player with great speed. The speed has come down a notch, though. Obviously, he had a pretty serious knee injury not long ago. Mikeyev's still a great skater, but I don't find he's as fast as he used to be. And he's like some of these guys that have the wicked feet, don't necessarily have the hands to go with it. A lot of guys have the great hands or the great feet, but not both. When you think of guys like Matthew Joseph, Connor Brown, these other guys around the league that are known for being decent defensively, they get terrific speed, they play a lot in the penalty kill, and they get a lot of opportunities because of that speed, but they don't often bury. I think Mikeyev, is fair to say, that kind of falls into that category. Obviously started with the Leafs, had a good start there, and then went to Vancouver afterwards in the free agency, and his contract hasn't really worked out well, but to be honest, I think a lot of this is injury related, but not all of it for sure. Maybe a combination not being a great fit there as well. So Mikeyev should be a decent fit in Chicago. We know the Blackhawks want to add more veteran depth around Bedard and make that team more competitive next year. So this is a start. They get a second round pick for their efforts. They may re-sign Sam Lafferty. We'll see. I mean, obviously, he's been there before. Player they're familiar with. Another player with great speed as well, and can play on special teams. So, all in all, and for Vancouver side, they get a fourth-round pick back. So, they're it's not the same draft year, but still, like, to get a fourth back, they lose a second. This team does tend to draft pretty decently in the later rounds. So, really, it's not that much of a downgrade when you think about it in order to move that kind of money off your book. So, this is a good deal for Vancouver. And I think Chicago is getting a player that can work for them for what they got going on too. So better deal for Vancouver, but not a bad deal for Chicago either. So let me know your thoughts on the trade down in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, of course, make sure you subscribe, stick around. Tons more content coming over the next couple days. Lots of trade rumors, lots of UFA rumors, lots of draft talk. So there will be tons of videos coming here on the channel. So certainly stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date on everything and related to the draft, free agency, etc. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.